Good morning, students. Today we will talk about the structure of bacteria. In the previous class, we have studied about the what is the classification of bacteria. There we have seen different types of classification of bacteria. Now today we will study about the structure of bacteria. Here we will include the contents like introduction, cell morphology, structure of bacterial cells, cell wall, plasma membrane, cell wall, plasma membrane, extracellular structure and intracellular structure. So all these things we have studied in the previous class, that bacteria are unicellular organisms that reproduce by binary fission. Most bacteria are capable of independent metabolic existence and growth, but species of Chlamydia and Rickettsia are obligatory intracellular organisms, means they are parasitic in nature. Okay, so bacterial cells are very small and need be measured in microns, that is 10 to power minus 6 meter. The bacterial cells are usually between 0.4 to 1.5 micrometer in short diameter, and bacteria have characteristic shape. All these things we have studied in the previous class. That is, they have the shape like spherical, rod shape, comma shape, spiral, that comes under the spiral sheets. Some cocci characteristically group in the pairs, and some forms chains, some are in grape-like structure, and some are in packet-like structure. And they grow separately. Bacteria cells of other species grow separately, and in the microscopic appearance, it is valuable for its classification and diagnosis. These are the some shapes of bacteria, that is Coccus, Bacillus, Streptococci, Diplococci, Spirochetes. Structure of bacteria we have discussed in the previous class. Uh, Cell morphology, structure of now the cell wall. The bacteria, if we talk about the structure, then bacteria is covered with the help of cell wall. This is cell wall. So in case of cell wall in cases the protoplast, it is lies immediately external to the cytoplasmic membrane. So there is a cytoplasmic membrane on which cell wall exists. It is 20 to 25 nanometer thick, strong, relatively rigid, through with some elasticity and openly porous. So some pores are there, being freely permeable to the solute molecules smaller than 10 kilodalton in mass and 1 nanometer in diameter. So small molecules can be passed through that membrane. It shows granular structure and lack microfibrils. Microfibrils are absent in the cell wall. And gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria have different types of bacterial cell wall. If we see the structure of cell wall, then it composed of uh, outer membrane. This is a plasma membrane. This is periplasmic space peptidoglycan. This is lipopolysaccharide layer. This is brown lipoprotein, purines, O-specific side chains, phospholipids, integral protein, and peptidoglycan layer. So if we see the gram cell envelope, then structure of cell wall composed of all these things. So if we talk about the cell wall, then outer membrane and inner membrane is there, in between perispasmic space and peptidoglycan layer is there, lipopolysaccharide layer is there, brown lipoprotein, purines, O-specific side chains, and phospholipids, and integral proteins are there. So in case of gram-positive cell wall, it is relatively thick than gram-negative cell wall. There are two types of gram-positive and bacteria. They are gram-positive and one is gram-negative. So in gram-positive cell wall is relatively thick than the gram-negative cell wall. It is about 30 to 100 nanometer and it is generally has a simple uniform appearance under the electron microscope. It composed of tough complex polymer that is peptidoglycan that comprises 40 to 80% of the bond. It is multi-layered peptidoglycan which during the growth developed by inside to outside mechanism. In this type of wall, the sacculus consists of multi-layered peptidoglycan. Covalently bound to the peptidoglycan are the compounds such as teichoic acid, typically substituted polymer glycerol phosphate or ribitol phosphate. So teichoic acid is composed of glycerol phosphate as well as ribitol phosphate. In some bacteria, the wall contains lipid, while in other it contains carbohydrate. So the wall is made up of some lipid as well as carbohydrate particles. The composition of the wall can vary with the growth conditions. For example, in bacillus, the ability of phosphate affects the amount of cell wall teichoic acid. So composition of wall vary with the growth conditions. This is gram-positive cell wall in which you can see the peptidoglycan layer, that is peptidoglycan layer, teichoic acid, lipid layer is there which is attached to the teichoic acid. Teichoic acids are there and well-associated proteins are there, and this is cytoplasmic membrane. Above the cytoplasmic membrane, there is a cell wall. Okay. So gram-negative cell wall, its thickness is less than gram-positive bacteria. It is thinner, less compact. Peptidoglycan makes only 5 to 20% of the cell wall, and peptidoglycan of gram-negative bacteria is located between the plasma membrane and in outer LPS membrane. LPS means a plasma lipopolysaccharide layer. Okay. So gram-negative cell wall, it comprises of peptidoglycan of gram-negative bacteria is located between the plasma membrane and lipopolysaccharide layer. This LPS membrane is similar to the plasma membrane but is less permeable and is composed of lipopolysaccharides. So if you see the diagram, then this is plasma membrane, outer membrane, lipopolysaccharide layer is there. Mainly it comprises the gram-negative cell wall, mainly comprises of lipopolysaccharide layer, and while peptidoglycan layer is present in between the plasma membrane and lipopolysaccharide layer. Proteins are there, purines for the movement of some solid particles. O-specific side chains are there, and peptidoglycan layer is present between the plasma membrane and outer membrane. In case of gram-positive cell wall, you can see the peptidoglycan layer is present above the plasma membrane, but in case of gram-negative cell wall, it is present between plasma membrane and the outer lipopolysaccharide membrane. So these differences are there between gram-positive and gram-negative cell wall. Secondly, we will talk about the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane in bacteria are composed of phospholipids, contain a polar group attached to the 3-carbon glycerol backbone. There are also 2 fatty acid chains dangling from other carbons of glycerol. The phosphate ends of the molecule is hydrophilic and is attracted to water, and fatty acids are hydrophobic. Membrane also contains proteins. So if we will talk about the plasma membrane, it consists of types of layer. Outer layer is hydrophobic and inner layer is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic is due to the phosphate ends of the molecule. Hydrophobic is due to the fatty acids. And in between different proteins are there, and polar groups are attached to the 3-carbon glycerol backbone. So like this plasma membrane composed of phospholipid layer. So plasma membrane, typically 20 to 30% of membrane, most of them are placed in the membrane so that the hydrophobic amino acids stay with the lipids in the membrane, and hydrophilic amino acids are outside the membrane interacting with either of the cytoplasm. The function of plasma membrane is selectively permeable in that it helps control what moves into and out of the cell. So this is the plasma membrane, this is the hydrophobic side, and this is the hydrophilic side. Inside haploids, integral proteins are there, peripheral proteins are there, phospholipid layer is there. You know. Some glycerol molecules are attached to the protein, then only carbohydrate molecules, if they are attached to the protein, then they are called as glycoprotein, and if the carbohydrate molecule is attached to the lipid layer, then it is called as glycolipid. So all these things are the constitution of plasma membrane. Extracellular structure, if we talk about the extracellular structure, then it is comprised of fimbria and villi. This is fimbria and this is villi. The fimbria or villi are elongated hair like proteinous structure which projects from the cell surface. They are specifically on those gram-negative cells, and fimbria are typically 2 to 3 nanometer in diameter and from 0.1 micrometer to several micrometer in length. So there is a 2 to 3 nanometer diameter and zero point 0.1 micrometer to several micrometer in length. They may occur all over the cell and may be localized. Flagella are made up of a class of linear protein cell flagellin protein called cell flagellin which arises at various points on the cell surface. Flagella bacteria are described as Monococcus, Lepretococcus, or Phytococcus, depending on how the flagella are arranged. So flagella are made up of linear protein cell called flagellin. So if we see the structure of flagella, then there are different compartments of flagella, that outer ring which is attached to the cytoplasmic membrane. There it is called as outer ring, inner rings, plasma membrane is there, peptidoglycan portion of the cell wall is there, then outer membrane, and hooks, filament, sleeve, all these things are present in case of flagella. Capsule of the most bacteria consists of polysaccharide. The bacteria of a single species can be classified in different capsules, serovar, serotype, based on the fine chemical structure of this polysaccharide. This is capsule, this is endospore. Then intracellular structure, plasmid. The term plasmid was introduced by the American molecular biologist Joshua Littleberg in